You're on final approach. The runway is right there, smooth, flat, perfectly aligned. But here's the part most people never think about. That surface your plane is about to land on is under constant stress every single day. And if it's not maintained properly, things can go wrong fast. Let's break it down. Every time an aircraft lands, it doesn't just gently touch the ground, it hits the runway with force. We're talking about planes weighing tens, sometimes hundreds of tons, slamming down at high speeds. That impact alone slowly wears the surface down. But that's just the beginning. As the plane rolls, its tires grip the runway hard to slow down. That friction strips away tiny layers of the surface over time. And then there's heat. When pilots brake, especially during heavy landings, the temperature between the tires and the runway can get extremely high. Over time, that heat weakens the materials. Now add weather into the mix. In places with heavy rain, water can seep into small cracks. Under pressure, those cracks expand. In hotter climates, the surface can expand and soften. In colder regions, water freezes and expands, breaking the surface apart from the inside. What this really means is runways are constantly aging, even when they look perfectly fine. But here's where it gets serious. If a runway becomes too smooth, it actually becomes dangerous. Planes rely on friction to slow down. Without enough grip, especially in wet conditions, aircraft can skid or hydroplane. That's why you sometimes see grooves carved into runways. Those grooves help channel water away and improve tire grip. But even those grooves wear out over time. So airports can't just build a runway and forget about it. They inspect them constantly. Teams check for cracks, loose debris, surface wear, and friction levels. If they detect a problem, they don't wait. Sometimes they patch small sections. Other times they completely resurface large parts of the runway. And all of this often happens at night when fewer planes are flying, because shutting down a runway during the day can disrupt thousands of flights. Here's the part that makes it even more interesting. Runway maintenance isn't just about fixing damage, it's about preventing it before it becomes dangerous. Airports use specialized vehicles to measure how much grip the runway still has. If it drops below a safe level, maintenance is scheduled immediately. Because at landing speeds, even a small loss of friction can make a big difference, and pilots are trained to trust that the runway will perform exactly as expected. There's no room for guessing. So the next time you see a plane land smoothly, just know that behind that simple moment is a runway that's constantly being monitored, repaired, and maintained. Not because something went wrong, but to make sure nothing ever does. That's how airports keep thousands of landings safe every single day. Thanks for watching.